Hi everyone, Sandra here from the Schwilven's Nest. I'm really starting to get into the spirit of Christmas, and I love using reindeer in my decor. So I've found a couple of really cute ideas that I thought I would share with you. One is on the cutesy side and another one is more rustic for the farmhouse decor. I hope you enjoy the video. If you do, please give me a thumbs up, subscribe to my channel, and don't forget to click that bell to get notified when I upload new videos.
For this first project, I picked up a fall sign from my Dollarama. It was about $3.50. And then I found these cute little block reindeer heads. They can actually stand up on their own, but they have a really nice beveled edge, which I thought was unique. I'm making 2 of these signs, but I'm going to start off by taking my sanding block and just sanding off some of the texture of the letters. I want to give the sign a candy cane look, so I'm starting off by using the Décor chalk paint in the color Romance. I picked it up at Michael's and I got it for 50% off. So I'm going to do every second palette piece in the red, and then the other ones I'm going to be using my linen white Rust-Oleum chalk paint to complete those. And I had to give the red about 3 or 4 coats because the letters kept showing through. And for the second sign, I actually did the white on first and then went over with the red, and that really helped to camouflage the letters. The reindeer noses are cute. They're just these little red pom-poms. They're just glued on, but I decided to replace them with a really pretty little ornament. I found these little box of ornaments at my local grocery store for $6.99 for 20 of them. So I'm just removing the gold hanging part because I don't need that. In order to glue the ornament flush with the reindeer head, I'm just using my craft knife and I'm just giving it a bit of a score all the way around, and then I'll use a pair of pliers to gently pop off this end. I'm just using a craft knife to score the edges and then a pair of pliers to just pop off that bottom edge, and then I'll glue it in place. Oh my gosh, I just love their cute little noses. I'm going to go ahead and paint the antlers white. Even though they're red, they're a little bit of a different red, and I want them to be a really nice cherry fire engine red to match the noses. And I'm also going to use the chalk paint and go around the outside edge, the side edge, I should say, of the reindeer heads. And I'm going to just not do the beveled edge part because I think that's really neat and it will add some extra texture. The paint on the antlers is dry, and I'm going to use this little filler bits from the Dollar Tree and glue them onto the antlers and give them a little bit of sparkle. Look how adorable that is. The paint on the sign is now dry, so I'm going to use some painter's tape in some small sections, and I'm going to give the white portions of this sign a candy cane effect. So I'm just going to use my painter's tape and do some equal amounts of stripes all the way across in a diagonal. And then I'm going to switch the angle in the middle piece and then go back to the original angle on the end piece. Now it's time to just paint these white stripes with the red chalk paint. You really don't have to wait until the paint dries completely to take off the painter's tape. Just be very careful when you are pulling it off. I can never wait until the paint dries. I've always got to take it off right away. But look at how cute this little pattern is that's showing up on my sign. The last step is to assemble these two together, and I'm using a combination of my Weld Bond really strong glue and hot glue to hold it in place while the Weld Bond glue dries. This is a Trash to Treasure deer head sign times 2. I found both of these round circular plaques and they're wooden at a thrift store. I had painted them white on the front side, but then I decided to use the back and create a really dark weathered wood look to them. The first step is to paint them with 1 coat of Rust-Oleum Country Gray chalk paint, which is a medium to a dark gray color. The technique I like to use to create a weathered wood effect is to dry brush different colors on top of a base coat. So I'm taking this cinnamon brown color and really just giving it a really light coat, getting some paint on my brush, dabbing it off a little bit, and then just using a very light touch and going in the direction of the wood grain. Once the brown is dry, it really doesn't take long at all because it's so little paint. I'm going to do the same type of effect with black. The trick to doing a weathered wood look with the dry brushing technique is to use a little amount of paint and just build up on that to get your desired look. Using a pencil and my ruler, I'm going to just draw lines so it looks like planks, that this is actually some planks that are glued together. And I always use my pencil and I just go over it really nice and heavy, and it shows up just a little bit. It's hard to tell in the video, but it really looks nice. This is the actual deer head that I picked up at Dollarama for $4. They come in silver and in gold, and sometimes you can find them in bronze. Okay, so I'm not a professional YouTuber. I lost the footage for painting this stag head, but I think you can probably get the idea. I did take some Rust-Oleum white chalk paint and I gave it 2 coats on the head, and I left the antlers gold. And what I'm doing now is just taking my sanding block and roughing it up in some of the spots that are sticking out, like the eyes and the nose and the ears. And I just want it to have more of a rustic weathered look. Using some wired jute cord from Dollar Tree, I'm going to feed it through the holes on each of the plaques and create a hanger. The last step is to glue the stag head onto the wood plaque, and I'm using the same combination of the Weld Bond glue and hot glue to hold it in place. Here's a look at both projects again. I love the whimsical nature of this candy cane themed reindeer sign and the rustic of this stag head. It'll be great for Christmas, but also throughout the winter season. I really hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please give me a thumbs up, subscribe to my channel, and don't forget to click that bell to get notified when I upload new videos. Thanks for watching.